Welcome back, L127 here. So, last time in our RAFT playthrough, I got through the second story island, the facility, and get the access to the new node, which is the Balboa Island. The next location, which is the Balboa Island, and then we also got some blueprints, including the steering wheel and the engine. Thanks to the steering wheel that I was able to get to more of these, get to use most of these collection nets, and was able to get more resources. So I also got some of these extended the RAFT. So I did this in an intermission recording session. So I did this after part 4, and then did this intermission session, which is available as another video, and without commentary for that. So I extended the RAFT with more foundations and then reinforced the edges with foundation armor, so I can get the I can protect the RAFT and then prevent the shark from attacking these pieces, including those in the middle. Anyway, so my plan for this part is going to be reaching for the next story location. But to do that, we need an engine. So I would like to break some pieces before heading out to do the things. So there is a limit on how much foundations an engine can support. So the first thing is to make an engine, which needs some metal ingots, which in the intermission session I was able to get some, so I'm going to get 10. And we also need circuit boards. We also need some of these things, and then quite an amount of planes, which we need even more planes to actually get it set up. Anyway, so now we have the engine, which is going to be placed here. And then power these up with planes. You can also do this with biofuel, which I got in the last part, even though I can't really produce them now. We will be able to produce them in the next part, in this next story, after this next story island though. So the very first thing is that we need to enter our next code for this next island. And you can see it's already against the current, and that's when the engine comes into place. And the next thing is that we need a steering wheel to actually redirect us to this this next destination. Anyways, now we are about there. We are about going there. And it's gonna be quite a while before I get to this next destination. So during the intermission, I extended the furnace, the smelter, the number of smelters. So now I have 4 smelters, and then nothing much was done. But I mostly just would focus on the foundation tiles here. I also reinforce the edges. That's pretty much it for this intermission. But I did get some resource mined, including some more copper, which I'm going to be using for the fact that I'm most likely going to be starting work on getting the recyclers set up soon. Now, I would like to move these 2 things first, and then I think probably gonna put them here. Well, anywhere that it's not gonna be the net. I just want to replace this with nets. I also harvest some scrap because you already know that the scrap is always an issue to treat. It's never an easy thing to actually treat. It is never an easy thing to treat for scrap. As we further get to flow extension, we are going to need even more scrap requirement, mainly for the scrap to nails, and then those nails will be used for the pillars. But I can get some scrap from collection nets, that is one thing. That's one thing for sure. But the collection nets can help on this. But I run out of the metal for it now because I just used the metal ore on this net. I'm fortifying this net. Anyways, I think I will. It's time to head for this next destination. Now we are traveling at a relatively fast rate, way faster than just using a sail. The sail current is only used for changing the direction when I'm not using the engine. But we will be basically traveling to a destination using engines because there are currents, and the way to go against these currents, the current is going to be using this engine. So it's going to be about 1.2k before actually reaching this next destination. And we are getting more and more decoration packages. I feel like we are almost done with all of those decoration packages. My bow almost broke, but I don't necessarily need the bow, so I'm going to leave that. Before proceeding to the next store location, I would like to make this thing a sweep net. I would like to make a sweep net. There is a reason for me to make a sweep net. And I feel like I'm going to make another X as well. And another shovel for sure, that counts the ingots. I'll put the backups here. And then I am going to put my animal nets to use. I had only one attender before, but now I got some explosive goo. I can now send into some more explosive powder. So this next story location is relatively large, so I will be able to easily tell if it got spawned by having a very intense lag. For now, about 700. Alright. Of course, I wouldn't trust myself with just one attempt, and yeah, that's what I mean. It just got spawned, and you can already see the huge land over there. Yeah, obviously we don't need the receiver for now. I'll make 4 of these. And then make some more roads. Alright, I was able to get myself some more opportunities of catching animals from a single one time to 5 times now. So that increases the confidence of me catching the animals, because you can actually miss, and it's a relatively large loss, because it's not so easy to get an explosive powder, considering we are not going to be able to encounter any poison partial here. So yeah, I also made the stationary anchor. It's basically a multi-time use anchor, so it's not too interesting. It just it's just basically a anchor with infinite uses. There's a better version of anchor, but that requires a little bit later tech. Well, relatively later tech, which is not available now, so I will leave that. So we are getting closer and closer to this very huge island. We are into the shadow area of this huge island. I don't have much food, so I better be fast. Anyway, so it's time to steer in this place, so I can tuck in to this island. And then get myself as close as possible. Okay, I am good now. So we can drop the anchor, and the engine will stop function for now, which they don't drain the fuel at its current state, so I can just leave them here. Anyways, there's going to be another new type of enemy in this place. And it's going to be bears in this case. So there are some wild berries that I can collect. Which will be used later. So you heard something. So if you interact with this thing, then you actually unlock an achievement. So which I already unlocked. And then there are trees that you can chop. This is a pine tree which drops pine cone. It gives quite an amount of planks, but I don't feel like I really need to worry about this. So I'm actually going to throw away this pine cone because I don't necessarily need this, considering I gave most of the things with the. It's and what is this? Series of notes, it seems.
Betrayal. Father trusts the murderers. He would leave us behind. We can't have that.
And it leads you to this series of things. So
Father has to make a decision. I know it won't be me, so I will be spared.
Not enough boat for all of us. I am sorry, Errol.
The guilty lay restless. We must be punished if we are to rest.
and keep in mind that who said this quote is actually someone called Bruno. And then here is a light bulb, which is going to be used later. So yeah, this is a place that you can easily get lost track of. So I'm gonna try my best to get to relay station 4. I will try to go to relay station 4. And there is going to be a bear around, so this is a bear, and it's really fast. So it's basically and then you attack it and you dodge. So it's basically you attack it and you dodge, kind of thing. Anyway, so there's something here on top, which you will be able to get. You'll be able to see this as this sort of a bear stash, which has a Bruno's soul. Yeah, with this pace, I'm going to really quickly drain my spear, which is unfortunate. Anyway, so now we get access to this cave. I know it has been really dark and I didn't bring a headlamp with me, so... Anyway, so... I'm planning to return afterward to 351. And I will return at daytime. Yeah, so let's proceed to relay station 4. And I didn't search to also get the concrete, so that's just replenish myself. So it's on the right side. Yeah. And then you encounter some this. So what you're supposed to do is to throw a rock over there. And let the bridge fall down to so you can get through. You can also use the bow to do it. Here we are. We are close to this this tower thing, which is the relay station. But first, let me navigate through along this area because I believe there's some things along here. I will also navigate through before leaving. So this is a honeycomb, but there are no bees here. If there are bees, there will be very clear what bees are actually going to look like. It's not this one, but you can get some more berries here, but you don't really need to worry about the berries now. If you have more than 5 berries, you don't really need to worry about that. Don't worry about the berries now. It would be a nice bonus or like an accomplishment if you manage to find all those. It means you are a good explorer, but good enough to actually get all those. Yeah, so this is a relay station 4. And then you get this note, which is basically the map of Balboa Island. And we got a new blueprint. It's the fuel pipe. Again, we can throw away this once we got this.
The kids are fighting. Oh, Astrid would have known how to make them stop. I found her wrench out by the clearing. I've been calling out on the radio. Please, I just want to talk, sis. Miranda is screaming outside. I hope her and Henry make up soon.
So there's a switch here, and there is a monitor here. Once you flick the switch, basically the station is going to be activated, and then you have to activate 3 relay stations, which are the relay stations 2, 4, and 6. So this is station 4, and we can actually have a quick way to So we still have 2 and 6 to complete. And when we look towards here, you can see there is our raft, and then I'm going to do a jump off from here. So at full health, it's actually not going to be possible to die from full damage. So I can just do something like this. And then the health is going to replenish itself over time. So let me do some replenishing first. And cook some of these bear meat. I also got this bear head. Nothing too special about this head. I would like to get another spear. I really running out of spear, so it's bad. Or like metal ingots for spear. Let me wait until I go with the meat and the water so I can move on. And then we're going to another key location, which is going to be this section. It's going to be the skull symbol. So according to the map that we are here, so assuming this is north, so we are actually heading southwards towards here, towards this island. So we are actually against the currents because due to the game mechanics here, that the current is always towards the north. So like the streamer is always going to be aiming towards the north. That's why we need the engine. Yeah, it was time to move on. I had the flippers, which I made during the intermission because I had to use the flippers to go to the deeper part of the ocean in a large island, which I did explore. So the first thing is we're going to head towards the store section. It's going to be around there, I assume. So I can't really read this map because, well, I don't have a compass to help me. But it should possibly be around here then. Oh, well, maybe not. It's probably here. Then. Actually, there is. I already lost track. And so, I believe there's a bear. So that's gonna be careful. I can't see. So it's actually very hard for me to actually find this guy. Can't really trust the hitboxes. And so I got the... So here is the honey section. A bee section, rather. So this is going to be where you're going to be facing these bees. So you have to use the sweep net to catch the bees. And then these bees are kinda annoying to catch. So brace yourself. If you're actually going to be able to catch the bee. Because they are not really easy to catch. To my experience, that they are not so easy to deal with. So, but once you get the bees, then you can actually make your own bee farm. Make your own bee farm, and also they also sting, which you cannot do anything with those. You have to use them net to stop them. From hurting me, basically. Oh, so that is that's basically the bees. So you have to use this in a special sweep net, which you're most likely going to be getting some on Story Islands, actually. So. If it's not here, let me check the maps again. Presumably along here. So it's probably along here then. There are also some animals because this island is really large. So you actually get access to I would like to go around. And that's where those weird things. So those are those that apparently Bruno made those stills, but for more context, we will need to find more notes. So here is a basket of where you have to use this five the wheelbarrows you found. That we have 9 of those. You're going to find way more than the 5 you actually need, so it should be very easy. So you're going to be using this wheelbarrows to basically bait this very large bear, because this bear is the llama bear. And it actually does a lot of damage. It's actually going to be doing half of your health per hit, so it's relatively go safe than sorry on this one, because not worth the risk, but if you manage to take it down, you actually get an achievement. So, and then we can access this cave section, and then get some more dirt patches, which is nice. Some more cave mushrooms, which are also nice. But the most important thing in this cave is actually the machete blueprint. So this is the machete, which is also be able to throw away. And you have to hold and pick up this crate. So it's going to take quite a while to hold and then pick up this crate. And then in this crate, you're going to be able to inventory is full. But what you're going to be able to get is you're going to be able to get this machete, which is going to be used in our next destination. But first I have to leave because my inventory is very full. And then you can just leave as you wish. If you don't get too close to it, or like actually hit it, I think you are safe then. So first I need to go back because I am really really full in inventory, but also kind of hungry and thirsty. I would like to get some meat. Bears are not going to be a preferable option, in my opinion. But no, I get the machete, which is actually going to be one of the key weapons. But I will keep both the machete and the spear for all this playthrough, most likely. As the machete, it does more damage than the spear, but it's actually not so great against the shot because it is a sword, but it isn't. Oh, I actually get some metal ingot. I was able to get some of this, which is nice because I will have to run out those very quickly if I don't act like this. It's almost night time, so I would like to leave for the. Also, these are relatively low, so I want to turn off the engines. And then we are going to change direction to backwards. Once we're done with this place, then we can go backwards. And then I can sleep, and then the meat is ready, and then I'm waiting for the water to be available. I guess I will be eating a pineapple. And so returning to the next location. So my next place to go is going to be the relay station 6. So relay station 6 is actually a lot higher and farther than, and there is a llama. So I would like to get that animal caught, but first let me progress through this next station. So there's some bees. I think there's a bear. I'm not sure, but there are bees here. So again, we're going to try my best to actually catch these bees. Oh, I was able to get through this. I definitely want to try to get as much of these bees, if possible, because I will take my effort to actually do some beekeeping. So here is a secret location along with some berries, but you don't really need the berries now. So this is there is this special unique couch which has this well, I don't know what this means, but that's head for the actual destination. Well, not really the actual destination for now, but you can see this only has this sign only displays that you'll have to go here to get to the relay station 6. But I would like to go here because I have seen that there are going to be some bees and bears. I definitely want bees, for sure. That's at least for certain that I would like to get the bees because I have some plans for my base, for my RAFT to actually have some beekeeping, which are going to be very useful for filling up the boats or like the engines. As I will talk about why it will be so useful to. So the head for the bears is actually probability based. So you are not going to be always getting those. I think this leads to is going to be another pathway towards the relay station, so I can actually ignore that for now. And so we can get to our actual location, our actual place. So proceed towards this relay station. That you're going to need to bring the machete that you get from that Mama Bear cave to actually get access to that relay station. I'm trying to find if there are any more bears because I want to drive as many as I can in this recording. So there's a way I have to go to, but first let me schedule this place again. Yes, now we are going to head towards this cave, which is blocked by these vines, and you will be able to see the symbol of a sword icon. So you're supposed to use the machete to actually break these vines. You will be seeing this symbol again at one later part of the game. So, also because machete is sometimes better for its damage.
Papa made his mind up a long time ago. He's going after Auntie. Miranda is following, as always.
And there's another note.
I haven't seen Errol all night. I asked Miranda, but she and Henry won't tell me anything. Oh, they're hiding something. Did they figure out there's only space for 2 of them on the boat? I've decided. I leave the triplets in charge of the remaining relay stations. Bobby will take care of the bears. Yes, it's for the best. So many memories of this place. We'll find you, sis. I promise.
And there's a crate here. So we get to this station 6. So my inventory is actually quite full. And here is the Bruno's wrench. Some plastic, quite a bit of plastic, some more plastic, yes. And then there's a blueprint for fuel tank, which is can also be found with. And so you can use this switch to activate this station, which is now to level 3 now. And then we can talk to this person, which is also a playable character, once you talk to him, and then you get access to this character.
Yeah, could you be an angel and help me out a bit? I'd owe you big time. Oh man, I would have been a goner without you. Tip for future me. Bears are not cuddly. Say, wouldn't be a raft, would you? If you need some muscle on board, look no further. All right, yeah. Leave the heavy lifting to me.
And then, yeah, that's your second unlockable character. And then this light appears. So. So I did see the one animal that I did want to catch, which is that llama. So I will go down here, and I'm about to catch it. It's right there. in the range of light. In this, it's visible now. And so that will basically jump around and then make it things a lot harder to actually catch. So that's why I got so many net canister, because I may not be able to catch it, even with 5 times of the opportunities that I may not be able to. So. Anyways, now we can carry this animal and then bring it back to the raft, basically. Or you can just slide down without actually doing full damage. Anyways, there isn't any fencing. I don't have any fence, so it's better to have some fences for this. So let me quickly build some fences for this little frame. So you now have the capability to so that's how you catch it, basically. And then to feed these animals, you are going to need to use a grass plus. And this grass plus will need to be watered. And then I can shear this this little crane, which is going to be using a shear. It's going to be using shears, and then that is going to be costing me unfortunately, it's going to cost me the ingots. That's not the nicest. But now I get access to wool, which can be researched. So alongside with the, let's see, this thing here. I also believe leather is also requires to be researched. So we can now research the leather, the wool, the bee jar, so the jar of bees, and then honeycomb. So what we get is that we can get access to honey, we can get access to the leather armor, or we can access the backpack, we can access the beehives now, and then there's 3, which are the things that we can access from the blueprints. Now I need to sleep, and then we're almost done with the collection for this place, which is going to be the remaining section is going to be the relay station 2. Well, actually, I don't know if I actually remember to do the relay station 6. Turn on the station. Anyways, now I can. It's time to move on to this next relay station. Because we have Bruno's hammer, Bruno's soul, Bruno's wrench, and the ladle. There is a ranger station alongside with the there's a ranger station, the relay station too. So it's gonna be here. as you might be able to see, I did mention machete is a weapon, so you can actually use the machete to attack these bears. So the machete has the same durability as the spear, the metal spear. So this is a spear. So this is how spear works, and this is the machete, how the machete works. And you can clearly see there is a delay for a machete attack. And I think it's also shorter. And there's this Henry South keyboard. So I would like you to take note of this should I say person, two people. Well, they are not really people. So Miranda and then the Henry. And there is also says that the size of the ball is only enough for this person named Bruno, and then 12 of this set for children. And so now we are facing this relatively dangerous place. So as you step on those will sink. And then what you're supposed to do here is actually going to sprint over these things as soon as without stopping too much. And then you get here. But there's one way to go around this actually. So I have to go further here. And then here is this cliff section here. You will have thought that you cannot get through this, but the reality is that it's actually that you actually can. And then you can then somehow magically get here without having to do the acid passing there. So yeah. Oh, so there's this next station here is the station 2. So we'll go here first. So then you can go up to this place. Inventory so right. But yeah. Definitely can fix the inventory problem. We actually have the chance to actually get our problem fixed. Since we have the llama which can give us wool, and then we have wool, then we can get this wool to actually make us a backpack. We need quite a bit of wool. We need 6 pieces. But we pull out this lever, and then we get to get the code for the next location, which is this one.
3 months
So
ago,
there's another
my
note.
sister Astrid and I were put in charge of the ranger station on Balboa. We handled the bear population and kept the relay towers operational. The next shift was meant to start weeks back, but the replacements never showed up. Henry suggested that I start writing things down after Astrid disappeared, so that I'm not feeling so lonely anymore.
And here is the where we are supposed to use the light bulb. So what this does is going to give you the achievement. Anyways, so the plastic pieces for sure. And a note. And this note is basically the schedule of basically this before, and my inventory is full again. So steak with jam recipe, another decor package, a rug. Look to this space. Anyways, we got the biofuel refining, so you can then finally refine for biofuel, and you use honey for that, so that's why you can make honey using honeycomb. And then the honeycomb is going to be coming from the beehives, which you will need the bees to get the whole thing to work. So we're going to be keeping bees for biofuel. And then the biofuel refiner is also going to be taking raw food, or you can actually take animal pets as well to actually give yourself the biofuel. Yeah, so we have the other three things is going to be the bronze hammer, saw, and wrench. Found it around the other places. Then we can use these three things here. And then we get access to this note, and it's basically a postcard, and it's also an achievement. Anyway, so we're basically done with this story. But since the order I went through this realization isn't so right for the story, I will have to do some replay basically for the stories to actually make the story more. To make up for the context and to make the story more clear. So here is the schedule for the Balboa Island, and then you will be able to see that this schedule here is that there's two people, A Korea and B Korea. So A basically means this Bruno's sister in Street, and then the B basically means Bruno. And then here is the postcard, which comes from the comic screens, which that basically the A Street disappeared. And then and there's also said the replacements never showed up for it's basically the next set of people in charge of this Balboa Island, or like the ranger station. And then it's basically the kids. So this is when Abu was basically coming along with the kids. So he made those kids. So those are basically those kids, and then he's most likely due to the absence of his sister, and he's going insane, and then he just decides to make these stones and call them his kids. And it was and then there's an arrow, but the arrow was not able to get to the wasn't able to get to the boat and out of this island. It seems so. That it's also gone because reasons. And then you get the light bulb, but in the place of those, and then you get those light bulbs, and then you just and then you just get the light bulb and then place back to arrow, and then you get the achievement basically. So here is actually the SOS placing stones, and you can actually pick up some of these stones or rocks. Anyways, is another it's yet again nighttime, so I better get out of this site where I actually am. I can't be sure. It's probably on the opposite. I wouldn't absolutely be sure though, because it's really difficult for me to navigate through this whole place. Well, basically done with Balboa Island. I can like leave this place now. And I'm actually going to leave this place because we don't get to all of the things. And it's actually difficult to navigate through the shore section here because it's simply too large to actually navigate through. So I'm about to leave this place. And then we are going to raise the anchors, turn off the engines, and then raise up the anchors and leave. And then we are going to do some steering wheel. So what's my plan for the next part? Well, before I actually start to work on this next part, and I'm going way overboard, but it's not good. Anyways. We're going to keep shearing this animal to bring to get the woods needed for my backpack, so I can actually resolve the inventory problem. So it's going to be another intermission, and I'm actually going to be do further work on the RAFT. So I am going to extend upwards. So I'm going to be adding up higher floors to be able to fit more things that I would like to place for all of this RAFT. And then I'm also going to do some storage organization, because my storage has been a very huge mess, and then storage is always a huge issue when it comes to resource management in games, so I will have to try to find a way to get around with these relatively serious issues, because I am definitely not a fan of storage games. So. And then I will have to get more storage going somehow. But I was able to catch a new animal, which is this llama, and then I can then start to work on actually getting my backpack started. To actually be able to build this backpack, and then resolve my personal inventory problems, because I have been in quite a bit of issue with this current inventory size. So it's definitely going to be worth getting a backpack for me. And it needs fresh water. Better get the water. We're about to leave Balboa Island, and I believe there's going to be another leg for that, because it takes time to dispose nucleus. Yeah, so that's the Balboa Island. The order I get the notes is kind of scrambled, so I will replay the notes. First, I need to make sure this doesn't shouldn't. Hopefully, I will replay the notes, and then I should be able to end this part then. So, the Balboa Island, and all the 3 notes that I get.
3 months ago, my sister Astrid and I were put in charge of the ranger station on Balboa. We handled the bear population and kept the relay towers operational. The next shift was meant to start weeks back, but the replacements never showed up. Henry suggested that I start writing things down after Astrid disappeared, so that I'm not feeling so lonely anymore. The kids are fighting. Oh, Astrid would have known how to make them stop. I found her wrench out by the clearing. I've been calling her on the radio. Please, I just want to talk, sis. Miranda is screaming outside. I hope her and Henry make up soon. I haven't seen Errol all night. I asked Miranda, but she and Henry won't tell me anything. Oh, they're hiding something. Did they figure out there's only space for 2 of them on the boat? I've decided. I leave the triplets in charge of the remaining relay stations. Bobby will take care of the bears. Yes, it's for the best. So many memories of this place. We'll find you, sis. I promise.
So, if you want to follow the series, consider subscribing and turn off the notifications, and I will see you in the next part. Thanks for watching.